Now then, here we are in the beautiful Yorkshire, covered in snow. And the best thing about today is that most of the roads are shut, so I'm the only person here exploring all on my own, and I just absolutely love that solitude, that peace, the quiet, tranquility, and any other adjective you can think along those lines. But this is just magical, absolutely magical. And I am here tonight with the minimal amount of kit. I've got my backpack on, and I am gonna just carry on walking and hide myself away somewhere in this snow to camp for the night. And the whole backpack, all the kit that I've got for tonight, only weighs 4.5 kilos. And I did a little bit with my camera gear, that's all. So 4.5 kilos, and I am out for a proper winter camp, as you can see. So anyway, let's crack on, and we're gonna go find somewhere, as I say, hidden away like an Arctic fox, and I'm gonna snuggle in for the night. Wow, look at this. Definitely a magical place to be when it's snowy. Wow. Even though that is an extremely lightweight winter camping backpack setup, in fact it's extremely lightweight for summer, it's still nice to take it off, because wading through all that thick snow and having this down jacket on as well, I am absolutely roasting in here. So I'm going to take this off for a while, cool off, and then we can get camp set up. I've come to this little nook, and I'm going to just camp down here in amongst all these massive rocks. We've got this huge sort of section of rock at that side, and then if I turn you around as well, we've got that rock there as well. So at least I've got a little bit of protection, and if the weather does come in, there's plenty of sort of little caves that I can get in if needed. But I am going to sleep on the floor there. I'm just going to flatten it down, put my mat down, and I've got a really nice down sleeping bag to sleep in tonight. In fact, I don't have a sleeping bag. I've got a down quilt, so I'm going to be in that. So I'll show you exactly what I've got in my backpack anyway. So we will just cool off, and then I'll bring you back to it, eh? Yes. What an amazing night. There is no sound whatsoever apart from an owl that keeps hooting. And there is no movement at all either apart from me. That is it. Anyway, let's go through what's in this backpack to make it so light. I'll mention straight away about my jacket that I've got on. This is the Ultra Down Pullover from PHDesigns, and it only weighs 230 grams. So it's absolutely super lightweight. And I've actually got the Minimus down trousers to go with it, which also weigh 230 grams. And that is going to be part of my sleep system. So obviously keeping that on is going to keep me warmer than not having it on. So anyway, let's open this backpack up and see what we've got inside. Well, first of all, I've actually brought myself 2 beers. Get that. I've not had a beer. I've had 1 beer since Christmas. That's it. So, and even at Christmas I only had 2. So anyway, I'll enjoy them in a minute. I brought my drone, which I don't know why, because I wasn't really planning on getting it out, but let's have a look in here. So cooking wise, I'm keeping it really simple tonight. I've just brought this 1 pot so I can boil some water so I can make myself a brew. And do I need any hot water any other way? I don't, just for a brew. So I could have got away with not bringing that really. Just stuck to the beer. So food wise, which was included in the 4.5 kilos, I've just got a army ration pack, and I've also got I think it's like a sticky toffee pudding as well, so that will be nice and tasty. I've got my GoPro box here, which has got just quite a weight of stuff in really, just batteries and all that sort of thing, just in case. I'm just shoving everything against you into the snow here. So, what else have we got? Oh yeah, I've actually gone with the luxury pillow again, so I've used this time or two now. I've got my Sea to Summit pillow inside this sort of sock that I made. I got my sewing machine out and made it. And I've also got another pillow, so there's 2 pillows in one, which just means that it's super soft and comfortable on my face. So that is going to help me sleep tonight, as will the beer. And then I've just got 1 waterproof bag, which, let's see if I can get it out of here. It's all quite tight in there. So in here, let's just undo it. You can see it's very compact. There's not much in it, it looks. But this is where down is quite special really, because it has got such a small pack size and is ultra lightweight. Let's see what we can drag out at Magician's Hat. So I've got a set of the down trousers I just mentioned, 230 grams. So they're going to go on fairly soon because it's definitely cold. Pair of down socks, so that's going to keep my feet warm. And then I have just got, pull this out. So that's obviously a few grams in that bag, which I didn't really need, but it does help just squash it all down together. But this is a quilt. So if I just stand back and hold it up for you, you can see it's very wide at the top there, and that's what wraps around you. And then we've got a sort of a closed foot box in it, so you can see that your sort of feet are going to be sort of snug in there, and it just allows the quilt to spill over you and let it heat out if you need. But you can also pull it in nice and tight if needed as well. Now this is made with 1000 fill power goose down, and if you can see at the top here, we've got this really nice soft neck baffle all the way around, and that actually, can't really do this with my mitts on, but it clips together if you want. And there's also a few little attachment points all the way down here, as you can see, and those you can actually attach some adjustable elasticated sort of ties, which will go around your sleeping mat, and you can tie it in a bit tighter if you need, or slacken it off as well. So tonight I've not bothered with those. All I'm going to do is get inside this on my mat, and I'm going to I don't even know, I don't even know how to drink yet. I am going to just sort of tuck it round me, and obviously get that nice neck baffle holding me nice and close round here. So anyway, I can chuck that over there because it's that cold. None of this is wet at all. It's very, very dry. The last thing in this bag, which is probably the most important thing, and that is my Thermarest sleeping pad, which is the NXT Xtherm. So that is going to obviously stop the cold coming up from the frozen ground and cooling me down. So anyway, I'm going to get this pumped up first, lay this down, and yeah, just flatten a bit of snow and open a beer. What a day, what a night. Just brilliant. Right, enough of the waffle. Let's get on. Boom. Right, I'm going to flatten this area down just enough so it fits my mat. And I've also just flattened this down here against this sort of rock, which just allows me to put my mat and then sit up against it so I can sort of chill rather than having to lay down all night. So, let's start stamping, eh? Right, it's not quite flat, so I'm going to have to add a little bit more onto this section, I think. I don't think that'll compress down much more there, which is high. So, see what we can do. I'm happy with that, so now I'm just going to pump my mat up and see if she fits. I'll just have to drop a glove. Right, there we are. One fully pumped up mat. And it's fairly sort of rigid at the minute, and I'm going to keep it that way because if you let a bit of air out, which I often do just to make it a little bit more comfortable, the problem is with that you reduce the thermal efficiency of it, so we need to be a bit careful of that, especially when it's going to get down to -4 tonight. So let's lay it down and we'll see what it's going to be like. Yep, that will do nicely. So what I've done as well, I've just sort of shaped this a little bit so I can flip that round. And just sit there whilst I have a beer and chill out. Oh, that is absolutely perfect. God, I'm going to look forward to that beer. So down bottom's on, and then what I can do is actually just get that quilt and keep my boots on and just put it over me. And then at least I can still sort of manoeuvre myself around before I get myself fully ready for bed, because obviously I need to eat and have a beer. So yes, I am so excited. Right, let's do it. Beer o'clock. There we go. I'm pretty much set up now. I've got my down bottoms on, so I am warm really from head right through to toe. I'll pop my hood up in a bit because I can definitely feel this cold, but I'm going to just grab my sleeping bag, well, quilt, and just pop that over myself. Maybe tuck myself in a bit. I can keep my feet out of that end. Also, my bottle of water is just starting to freeze, I think, so I'm going to keep this between my legs as well, because I do need some water. But that's me set up. Got all my little fancy lights around me. Beer on tap, just sat there. Life is good, eh? So let's get one of these cracked open. just love that sound. So this is a Vocation Brewery Life and Death Classic IPA. Whoa, starting to strip. I do not want to be getting beer on any of my down gear. Cheers, guys, to health and happiness and getting outside and making the most of life. Whew, that is cold. I can cope with that. Look at this. I'm like the proverbial pig in, enjoying my my camp out on my own with no one else around. And it's been pretty awesome when it snows for me, because I've had a Land Rover Defender for, I had it for 15 years, and I had my Discovery for like 3 and 4 years maybe. I've still actually got my Discovery, it's just sat there doing now. But prior to that, I had like, well, my first car was a Vauxhall Nova, and it was like a family car because it came from my granddad. And it was called the Sheepmobile because when I got it off my granddad, it had sheepskin seats on it. So it's always been called the Sheepmobile to me and my friends. But it's it was my most favourite car I've ever had. And the handbrake on it was sweet as anything. As soon as it snowed, me and a couple of other mates would be out in cars, racing, rallying around. Literally just handbrake would be on for half the time, sliding around all these corners, just feeling like a rally driver. And yeah, it was just ace. And also, obviously, you get a lot of experience driving like that, because and confidence with it, because you know that if you do start sliding, you practice pulling yourself out of it. So when it comes to winter driving now, I'm just no fear really. I just crack on and don't worry about it. And being in the van's got a handbrake, and it's the first time, obviously, for years, as I say, 15 years plus 3 with my Discovery, and it's just so nice to just have a handbrake and have that option. So when I've been razzing about the last sort of few days, it's been quite helpful, because there's been a couple of times where I potentially would have got stuck, and I've just pulled the handbrake on, slid myself around into a better position, and carried on my journey. So yes, all good fun. I would have actually probably liked to have been a rally driver, because it was always something cool to watch as kids. With your 4 channels. That's crazy, isn't it? All these kids nowadays with your 900 TV channels or whatever. And when I were a lad, we had 4 channels. And even when Channel 5 came, we didn't get that where we live, so I never had Channel 5. So, yeah, just brilliant, eh? I'm glad I grew up when I did, though, because I'm sure a lot of you guys will understand as well, but you appreciate the real parts of life rather than being sort of stuck on a phone like everyone is now. We didn't have phones. We used to go out and play on our BMXs, and you always knew where everyone was, because there'd be like 8 bikes just laid outside someone's house, and then we'd play there for a while, and then we'd get on bikes and go to someone else's house and go play there. So yes, anyway, it's a good life, isn't it? Nice to have all these experiences and all these memories. And look where I am now. It's all made me the man that I am today, and I'm very thankful for it. I've got something I'm going to test out tonight. So in my pocket here, I've actually got, let's take my gloves off properly. These are the Life Systems hand warmers. So they are magnetic and sort of stick together, so you can have them on together as one, or you can just drop them and have one in each hand. So having mitts is great, because you can put them in the palm of the mitt. I've not tested them at all yet, because I got them, it was the I got 3 presents for Christmas, and this was one of them. And yeah, get the violins out and all that. But this came from my mate Andy, who was in the video with me a few videos back when we went to camp on the summit of Ben Narnain in Scotland, and that was a proper wild winter camp. And he had a set of these, and I just had a touch of them, you know, like just sort of see what they're like. And I thought, do you know what? They're actually pretty good. And I just said to him, you know, they do seem pretty good. Never thought anything of it. He said, Al, you've got a parcel coming. So he'd sent me these for Christmas. And I was like, that is absolutely awesome. So I'm very thankful to him for that. So cheers, Andy, mate. So I'm going to, I'll probably wait a while, and I'm going to crack on and get these fired up, I reckon. Because currently, there's no point wasting that energy when I'm actually feeling pretty toasty warm. And I've never in my life used a set of hand warmers. So it's a new experience for me. I've always just relied on decent gloves. Anyway, enough of my life waffle. I'm gonna sit back here and just fully appreciate where I am. Be present in it all. It don't get much better than this. I think this is the pinnacle of my life. I've hit it now, at this moment. It's all downhill from here, eh? Nah, I'm going to sit at this pinnacle for as long as I can. Keep fit. Eat well. Then hopefully I can maintain this for years to come. Awesome. It is a good life. It really is. I've always been a very happy person. I've always sort of said that I've got happy blood running through me. And that's just because I think, oh, there's probably loads of reasons why I'm happy. But it's work, you know what I mean? You've always got to spend your life working on yourself and growth mindset and all that, just to try maintain a happy lifestyle. And a lot of the time it's about cutting out the negativity, because there's a lot of negative people out there, and I don't want to spend time with them. I don't want anyone to suck my energy. And I love meeting people and chatting to people, and for them to just pick up on that positivity. And I always hope that when people walk away from having a conversation with me, that they feel that they've just got a little bit more of a lust for life in some sort of way. So with the YouTube thing, it's really quite nice to have a larger audience that I can try through a lens project my positive energy. So I do know it works, because I've obviously had thousands and thousands of messages from a lot of you guys just saying how I've really helped you in life, and so many people have had some really heartfelt messages and emails, you know, saying about I've pulled them out of a very dark place in life just by watching my videos and then inspiring them to get outside themselves and enjoy life. And I love that. You know, it's really nice to sort of hear those comments as well, because then I know that what I'm doing is a positive thing. And I always laugh because there's often, well, I say often, I don't get that many, but there is some negative comments come my way as well. And I literally laugh at them. Sometimes if they're nasty, I just think I don't want anybody like that being part of what I'm doing. So I just block them instantly. But any sort of negativity, I just think you don't need to be spreading that. Spread positivity, not negativity. I don't ever get drowned by that. It don't bother me. It's literally water off a duck's back, because I honestly think that positivity is waterproof. There you go. Positivity is waterproof. Yes. I like that. Anyway. Oh, brilliant. I don't know. I really don't know. It's quite hard putting into words really how I sort of function. I know I'm slightly different to most people out there, but anyway, I'm just going to continue drinking beer. Well, I've got to say that sleeping under the stars is my favourite type of camping. Although I'm sleeping under the cloud tonight, so I'm hoping it doesn't bring any moisture and actually start snowing, because that might be a little uncomfortable for me. Anyway, in my mitt here, I've actually got one of these Life System hand warmers, and I've been using it for the last sort of probably 2 hours really. I've sipped my beers and I've had this actually in my pocket here, so I've been on my phone messing about with my hand out, and every time I've finished with my phone I put my hand back in my pocket, warm it up, bring it out, back in, and it's obviously kept my hand nice and warm, so it's actually really, really good. And the fact that they are quite slim and it fits inside a mitt, pretty much a good combo. So maybe I'll take them out on some more camps. Maybe I'm getting soft in my old age. Definitely kind of cool, or kind of warm. Anyway, let's get rid of that dad joke, and we're going to move on to dinner time. So we have this, which is a flameless heater. Weighs a few grams, that is it. And we are going to eat. Let's see if I can read this in this dark light. It's a Pindi Chana Elu. Give it a squidge around, make sure it's all sort of movable. Let's have a look at the date on it as well, because oh wow, it's still in date, August 25. That's not often for me. Right, so we need to tear this off if we can. Oh my god. Oh, a little bit of plastic. Put that in that bag. Don't want to be leaving plastic everywhere. Put it, oh, there we go. That side's a bit easier. I'll open it up. I'm like wanting to dab my finger like you would with paper, but it don't really work the same with this plastic. There we go, we're in. Right, I'm going to pop that straight in there. I'm going to grab my water, which is still in liquid form, just because it's been between my legs all this time. And then we just need to pop in a tiny bit of water in here, up to the fill line, which is hardly anything. So as you can see, the bag's getting a bit fat, so it's underway. There's a hell of a lot of heat coming down there through my hand. But these do end up sort of steaming out, so I'm going to just pop it on top of my bag rather than put it inside. And then maybe I'll just put a glove over the top just to heat my glove up and obviously keep the heat into my sleeping system, hopefully. I've got my spoon ready, and that's pretty much it. Apart from I've got this in my hand just to keep my hand warm, which is also in my pocket. There we go. Very, very simple way of making a nice hot meal. And obviously the lightest way possible, rather than carrying a full stove, which I've actually got. But this will do the trick anyway. Right, I think this is ready. You can see that it's expanded quite a lot and there's a little bit of steam coming out of there. So let's open it up, get a spoon and then eat me dinner. This is obviously wet as well, so I don't want to get that on my sleeping bag. But if I just reseal this up, there's still plenty of heat coming out of this. So I might as well just utilise that now. So yeah, it's still really warm, is that? So what I might do is now is just risk putting that in here on my legs. There we go. Yeah, that's nice, is that? I can feel that straight away. And then let's get this open and have some dinner. Hopefully it's hot enough. It should be. My God, that smells incredible. Wow. That's not bad at all, actually. Right, I'm going to eat my dinner in peace without you lot all watching me. Otherwise, I have to be a bit more cleaner as I'm eating, not spilling it everywhere. I'm a clean eater anyway. Right, see you in a bit. It's definitely pretty cold. It's currently -3, and surprisingly, I'm actually really warm, and I've just got my sort of arms out, you know, my upper body's out of this quilt, and my toes were going earlier as well when they were in my boots out of the bag. So I sort of stood up and went for a bit of a wander and just got a bit of blood flow going again. And that hand warmer thing has been brilliant. I've just sort of quite enjoyed just having that in my pocket and just dropping my hand in and keeping it warm. Now I am ready for bed. I just need to tuck myself in properly, and then hopefully we'll be warm enough all night. I just need to make sure my nose is going to be warm enough, because it's definitely feeling it at the minute. So I will do what I always do. Drop this down over my eyes and my nose like that. And put my hood back up. Find my pillow. And that is me. So I'm going to do this blind. We'll see the morning. Take care. Oh. You're there somewhere. There we go. Done. Morning, flowers. Well, it's a bit grey today. It just almost feels like it's going to snow. But luckily, there was no serious weather last night. In fact, it was absolute, just still. Complete silence, and I slept just really well. In fact, let's have a look at my sleep data from my ULTRAHUMAN ring. I'll just grab my phone out of here. Let's have a look. Yep, I did sleep well. So let me just show you that. My total sleep was 7 hours 55, and it was just one block of sleep. You can see that. Yeah. The only thing that it says, sleep efficiency, everything, restfulness, consistency, all optimal, and the amount of sleep. And then the thing that it says needs attention was the temperature. Let's just have a look at the temperature data. I just wonder if it's picked up being slightly colder. Get this. It's actually saying that it's been warmer. And that's, you know, to my sort of normal. That is incredible. So I've slept warmer out here in this than I have at home. Although when I'm at home I never have my heating on, so it's always about between sort of 8 and 13 degrees in my house. I prefer sleeping when it's colder though. I can't stand being hot. I do not like sleeping hot at all. Anyway, let's get up, make a brew, and see what today's got to offer us, eh? There we go, a little place just to put my stove. I'll take both them off to get this off, I think. Oh. Come on, there we go. Cheers. The perfect morning. Sat outside with a cup of tea. Living the dream. If only for a short moment. Right, it's time to get packed up and skedaddle back home. Well, that was just awesome. Definitely one of my most favourite camps. Sleeping out under the sky and just truly immersing myself in nature. And I always go home after nights out like this just feeling fully rejuvenated in body and mind. And it is just definitely always my advice to get outside and do what you can and just really be present in it all. Anyway, thank you very much for watching my ramblings and also for listening to my ramblings. And we will get ourselves off and see you on the next one. Take care. Leave no trace as always. And this is a one taker. Siddy. Boom.